Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Holika Holika watercolor cheeks. I ended up picking these up because I thought they looked so fun and so cute. I also did a full face of Holika Holika and I used most of the face was from the Holipop collection, so I thought that these would be a great product to try out. But they also look and feel like legit little nail polish bottles, which I think is absolutely adorable. They are actually quite heavy. I wasn't expecting them to be in sort of glass plastic packaging, but I think that it is really sweet, and yeah, that's why I decided to try these out. I can't really find a good product description for these ones, but the best one I can find says, this hydrating oil based cheek blusher glides on effortlessly and creates a beautiful, lovelier look thanks to its pigmentation and formula. Shake well before use. Take a moderate amount and apply it onto the cheeks. Blend with a fingertip or using a sponge. So the Holipop blushes come housed in these really cute little nail polish bottles. It has a heavy sort of plasticky glass outer, and then it has a screw top which allows you to get the product out. It does come on a little brush that looks almost exactly like a nail polish brush, although I find that you have to be a little bit careful with this because obviously when you pull it out the product is super liquidy, so don't tip the product on its side like that because it will come out. There are 4 shades in the range and they are all really pretty colours. They are a little bit different, so they have like the nice classic red colour, a cool toned pink, and then 2 orange colours, but I'm really thankful that the oranges aren't really like that orange. They're kind of like peachy or grapefruit colour rather than like straight orangey orange. RD01 Cherry is a bright red shade. This one looks kind of scary in the bottle, but it actually isn't all that bad. So to apply them, I just put a couple of stripes on my cheeks, and you don't have to worry because these ones are actually they don't dry down really quickly and they don't stain the skin. So you'll notice that when I pat it on, it blends out perfectly and easily every single time, and this is just like such a good formula if you are new to liquid blushes, because it's not going to make it difficult for you to apply. So that is Cherry on one cheek, and these are super sheer. I think I would have said that a million times throughout this video. They are watercolor cheek blushes. They are meant to be sheer, I do believe. Otherwise, why would they call them watercolor cheek blushes? But this is a really beautiful natural shade. It kind of looks like I am just sort of flushing or blushing naturally. And of course you can use cushion puffs and things like that as well to blend them out. It's just as easy as using your fingers. You don't necessarily need the heat from your fingers to blend these in, which I think is really good because I hate getting my fingers dirty. So that is RD01 Cherry. And I'll give you guys an up close view as well. Sorry, I'm kind of sitting sideways because the camera is on an angle, so you can see what these blushes look like up close. So this is RD01 Cherry. Can never remember the shade names. It's just your basic pretty red, and you can see that my foundation underneath isn't disturbed at all, but it still looks really natural. The next shade is PK04, which is just called Pink. This is a blue toned, very light pink. And I don't think that this one is exactly very flattering on my skin tone, but that's just my personal preference. And I'm going to use a little sponge to blend this one out. Just to show you a couple of options of application. It literally is as quick as that, but the sponge I think for me does pick up more of the tint, so I need to apply either a little bit more initially or do 2 layers like I'm doing here, just to get the shade to show up. But these are so easy to blend out, it's ridiculous. So that is the pink shade there, which again, they are so subtle, I don't think you can see it. So that is PK04, which is pink. I actually don't particularly like this colour. I think that it doesn't suit my skin tone, but because it is so sheer, I don't think that it's super problematic. I could still wear it, but it's not the one that I would gravitate towards. So this is pink up close, and again, I think you'll be able to see it on camera because I always say that I can't see it in the viewfinder, but it looks okay in the editing process, so I'm like, damn it, why did I say that so much? But that is PK04 Pink. I don't mind it, I think it's okay, I just don't prefer it on my skin tone personally. CR02 Grapefruit Mix is a really pretty warm toned grapefruit colour. I think that the colour names are actually really good for this collection. I think that they're actually the most accurate ones that I've come across in quite some time. I think this is the one that I'm going to be wearing out today because it's just a nice, almost a neutrally sort of colour for my skin. Obviously my skin is quite warm toned, so oranges I don't think look super great on my skin, but also like cool toned products don't look good either. So that is grapefruit mix on this half of my face and without. And here is a little close-up of what it looks like on my skin as well. I think that's a really, really pretty shade. CR03 is called Peach Milk, which is a really pastel peach shade. It's actually a pretty legitimate name, I think. Like, it's a peach color and it's like a really nice light milky texture, so I mean that's a good name for that. It's really, really easy to blend in, but because they are watercolor cheek colors, I think that they are a really sort of translucent looking color and it's kind of difficult to see it on camera. So this one is Peach Milk. I think that it's a really pretty color. I think that it suits my skin really nicely, even though I don't particularly like oranges on my skin tone, because it has that hint of pink that makes it just that little bit peachier than like an orange shade. I think that it does look really, really flattering. So this is what it looks like up close. I think you can kind of see this cheek a little bit more. But it's super, super subtle, and if you have a deeper skin tone, this one may not show up that much on your skin tone. Okay, so this is the check-in for the blush. It has been on for 7 hours, and it is because I just did the lipstick check-in as well. And it still looks lovely. I think at the moment you can see it a little bit more than maybe before, even though the lighting is way brighter. I don't know until I edit it. But my skin still looks really nice. The addition of the blush doesn't actually change the formula or the longevity of my base product, which I'm really thankful for. It literally just adds the nicest wash of colour. But yeah, no, I think it looks really, really beautiful and I'm so impressed with the longevity. I personally wish that there were more colours, or more colours that were suitable for my skin. I think that the colours that they do have, like, they're okay, but they're not colours that I would really reach for. So I'm not sure if they actually make these outside of the Holipop range, so I'm going to have a look for them in a minute. I also just got my little baby Liz Lisa haul. Oh my god, look at them, they're so cute. And because I'm not actually going to make a video on it, I'm just going to show you anyway. There is this really pretty rose skirt with the little ruffle. This, I think that the colorway is absolutely gorgeous. There's roses and bows. These are actually shorts, and it's really short. Like, I don't know if I can wear this. I also got one of the bow scarves. I didn't realize how big that bow was in comparison to a skirt, or in comparison to like my hand. This bow is absolutely massive. But they also gave me this cute little Liz Lisa reusable tote, which I think is absolutely adorable. So yeah, that is it for this check-in today. Overall, I think that these blushes are really cute. I love how blendable they are. They are so easy to work with. I just don't particularly love the colour range. I think that my favourite colour is probably this peachy colour, CR02, which I can't remember if this has a shade name. I think that this one actually suits my skin tone the most, even though it's like a tangerine orange colour, which is so not usually what I go for. But I think that that looks the best on my skin in comparison to the other colours. Like you would have just seen, I think that this pink looks too cool toned. This red was too intense for my skin, and it's also quite like a orange toned red. I didn't mind the peach actually on my skin. I thought it looked quite nice. It's probably my second favourite colour. But yeah, I think that the tangerine colour probably looks the best on me personally. It's the one that I enjoy using the most. I think the best thing for me is how easy they are to blend. I have tried so many liquid blush products or like cream blush products that are just so difficult to use, even for me, and I like review products, you know, like 3 times a week. So I'm pretty used to trying out new things and troubleshooting them to see how I can make them work. And the thing that annoys me the most about cream and liquid products is that sometimes they actually take away the coverage of your foundation or concealer underneath, which is like, what is the point in that? Especially if you're trying to hide something, like if you've got like really red cheeks and you want to hide it and put like an orange tone over top. That's not particularly a good thing. But for these blushes, they don't do that. They are the easiest things in the world to blend, and they leave a beautiful dewy finish on the skin, which is why I'm kind of annoyed that I don't like the colours that much, because I love the formula. If Holika Holika could make the watercolour cheeks in some different colours, I would be so happy, because I would be using these all the time. And they work really well on skin that has been set with powder or skin that has not been set with powder, which is amazing. So for me, I highly recommend these if you like the colours. I think the formula is fantastic. It lasts all day, it's easy to use, and like they're really great products in general. I just don't particularly like the colours that much. I think I've said that about 500 million times. But if you do like the colours, I would so recommend them, because they are really easy to use. Especially if you're a beginner, because you literally can't go wrong. So thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you next time.